Good evening, everyone. It is November 5th, 2025. It is also a Taurus full moon. I'm sure you guys are all feeling it today. Very high energy and also a lot of transformative energy. In my readings today, I noticed a pattern about career changes, relationship changes. So things are really taking you to another level. And for some of you, it's kind of like ready or not. And it's very instant and just happening all at one time. So I know that the energy is high right now, but I'm sending you guys all my love, and definitely always my positive vibes are sent your way to choose what's best for you. Always choose what is best for your highest, greatest good. It's not everyone else's journey, it's yours. So that is a huge thing that we have to remember when we're going through transformations. Yes, the unknown is scary. We don't really know what the turnout is going to be for sure, but we can always go within and always count on ourselves to remain strong and remember that things are happening for us and not to us. So it's always a positive when we go through a reinvention, which I have gone through several, and you guys have seen a lot of them. Reinvention, transformation, it's all beautiful. But when it's unexpected, I understand it can be scary. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're not going to go too political today, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But when I say, things are going in a direction that's like, what? Like, why is this happening? As you saw in California and New York, the political outcome of that election, definitely, I feel 100% that is a setup. The Trump administration definitely setting that up, part of the movie, part of the exposure. They're going to be in their places to be completely exposed and removed. I fully feel that. So don't panic. I know that a lot of you reached out to me today. You guys reached out today, concerned about that and like, what's going on? Why isn't, I don't understand. So there's a lot of illusion going on. And if you look at the astrology, you'll notice that as well. If you look at the transits, there's a lot of illusions and things that aren't what they seem. So just wait. That's all I could tell you. And a little update on Jason. So Jason is feeling much better. His health is good. He's doing great. He sends his love for sure. We are also discussing, me and my brother are discussing going in a new direction, more spiritual. And he will return once we discover exactly what we want to do together, but we are going to go more in a spiritual route, not so much political, because we both agreed and really had a reflection conversation about how there is a matrix within YouTube. There's a matrix within Rumble, and it's circular. It keeps you in circles. It keeps a lot of people. I'm not talking about all of you, but it keeps a large majority of the audiences out there in this new matrix that's been going on since 2020. And it's manipulation. It's keeping people, when we talk about frequency, Christ consciousness, when we talk about blockages and how to reach a higher level of consciousness, what's best for my abilities, I know, and I'm speaking for myself, my abilities, my mediumships, connecting with the other side, all of that. You can't really be too wrapped up in these circles of what's going to happen next. The same questions over and over again about the political stuff. It's kind of a fog. It fogs your true abilities and where you're trying to go. You're trying to climb higher and higher in frequency and transformation, evolving, self-mastery. When you're doing that, when that's your goal to keep climbing, you can't really do it very quickly, and you can't do it very clearly if you're too wrapped up in the circles of everybody's opinions and what's going to happen next, and just kind of the same old things that we keep talking about. It's going to hold you back. It's a blockage, no doubt. It's going to keep us at a stagnant level of frequency. it's not really going to take you to a higher ground of level of consciousness, especially not Christ consciousness. So I know in my soul, my heart, I want to go in that direction. I have practiced it every day. You guys have seen it with my morning shows, which will be continued, as well as a lot of these shows that I do by myself. They're always about evolving. Yes, I do political stuff too, but I am noticing, and in our conversation me and my brother were having, I really felt and resonated with that message that yes, continuous talk about this stuff that we keep going over and over and over again, it's not helping the collective. It's truly not. Yes, there are some new individuals that will pass by and will learn, and maybe they're new and they're like, wow, I didn't know that, So yes, it does help some, but most of it is not helping the whole collective to reach Christ consciousness. It's about self-discovery. It's about going within. And my brother is actually a psychologist. I'm into the spiritual. I help people every single day with their interpersonal relationships, scars, traumas, things that have happened in their lives. I definitely dig deep into that and do deep dives, and also mediumship. So for me to advance in that and to go into higher frequencies, Christ consciousness, and just stay in, to stay in this frequency of the circles of the political realm, I guess you could say, or the Matrix on YouTube and the Matrix on Rumble, that continues to just, and they do. There's a lot of fear porn out there. I've never been a part of the fear porn, but I'm just saying, I feel like there's just too much energy around that, not enough about Christ consciousness and helping people evolve. And that is why I'm here. That's why I believe I have a platform, why my angels, God, have directed me to have a platform, to have a voice, to use a voice, and to help people every single day. So that is what I feel. That is what I'm going with. And so Jason will be returning once we have an idea of exactly what kind of show we want to bring to you as a team together. I will consistently still be on here as I always have been. I never give up. I never stop. But I'm going to continue doing what I do best, and that's reading for the people, reading energy, helping people figure out direction, being an inspiration and uplifting voice. And also not only that, but helping you discover what's within you, helping you see the best in yourself so that you can become that higher frequency version of the self that you want to be. And Christ consciousness, once we can address that and find that within ourselves and learn how to access that on the daily, that's part of my mission here too. That's what I love to do every single day. Mediumship, connecting with the other side, crystal ball readings. If any of you, which a lot of you have had with me, all your reviews are on my website. A lot of you have experienced that. And no, for those people that are new, I don't gaze into a crystal ball like back in the day they used to, but I use it for the energy. I use it for it's like a meditation. And what happens is I receive beautiful messages, never dark messages. There's beautiful, uplifting, loving messages from the other side. Confirmations by my clients about what their loved one used to be like, used to have, what their house looked like. I've seen it. I've seen so many things and that have been confirmed. And today, actually, really, I had a great experience. I had a great reading with the other side today for a client. And I'm not going to go into detail or give her name or anything, but it really confirmed for me. And I feel that spirit came through to show me once more that, hey, and like nudging me, hey, this is what you need to be doing. You're really making a difference. You're bringing comfort to those that can't really speak to their loved ones, haven't tried to, use their abilities, even though they have those abilities. So I really did get confirmation today through spirit that that's what I need to be doing. I need to go with that. That is an unbelievable experience when I experience it and you guys confirm for me the facts, the things that come through. It's beautiful. And in my heart, I know that is exactly what I want to do. Continue doing and continue growing within that, in that realm, with that realm, literally with that realm. So I love doing that, and I love working with all of you. So that's where I'm headed, spiritual. But once again, yes, Jason will return. I just wanted to give you guys an update. He will be back, but we won't be doing a political type show. We're going to be doing something a bit different, higher level, next level, highest frequency we're going. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll keep you guys updated as we go along. But anyways, what I want to get into this evening is we're going to pull some cards. We're going to talk about the Taurus full moon. So it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. And I want to talk a little bit more about the afterlife, beyond the veil, and how we all are connected and we all have the abilities to connect with the other side. Before we get into this next segment, I do want to show you my new website. So I did redesign, I guess you could say. I redesigned Arcanashores. So I want to share that with you. So all my great readings are still available. But also, I'm bringing back the crystal ball. As I mentioned before, connecting with the other side is more of a meditation I go into, and then I receive messages from the other side with connecting with loved ones. It's always of the light. It's always beautiful and inspirational, uplifting. There's nothing to fear when it comes to that. It's all beautiful messages that usually come through, and little facts about them that helps us, especially with confirmation. It's beautiful. There's also a lot of remote viewing that's been happening lately with me, so it's pretty interesting. But yes, the crystal ball readings are now, again, available. I brought them back to my website. And I also want to share with you the one-on-one Zooms, the 30-minute. I now offer 30-minute Zooms or phone calls. Those are also available. So all of that's on my website, arcanashores.net. And I have immediate openings all the time. I'm always updating my schedule. Always will have immediate openings. I also want to share with you guys. So on Facebook, if you don't follow me on Facebook, go ahead. Now I want to show cute pictures of my niece and my family and everything, my brother and stuff. But because this is YouTube, they don't really allow you to show children with the settings that I have on this show. But anyways, follow me on Facebook, because I do a lot of the times will post things that you don't see on the shows here, such as this holiday special. So I am announcing holiday specials. You can get a Zoom reading for an hour, Zoom or phone, for only $117. So it was $144, but now it's only $117. So you got to go to my website, arcanashores.net. Also, the 30-minute readings are only $60 for a Zoom or a phone call. Express readings, also there's a special. Also, palm readings, I'm bringing those back as well. Gift certificates, buy one, get one, 50% off. So I'm doing this for the holiday season because I just think that it's going to make things a lot more exciting, I think, as we get into the way that we're evolving spiritually in connection with Christ consciousness. I think that this is really needed. It would make a really great gift for a friend or a family member as well, if they like this kind of stuff. It's beautiful. It's uplifting. It helps you evolve. So I'm also teaching. When I do my readings, it's not just I pull a few cards and answer a question. This is more of a deep dive, sometimes investigative. And we also get to the bottom nature of inner trauma, things you might be holding on to that maybe you didn't even realize you were holding on to. So subconscious things that we need to heal, let go of, and kind of shred that identity that you've been holding on to. And yes, it leads to reinvention. It leads to maybe even a new career path, or maybe you learn something about yourself that you didn't know about, some sort of course, we all have abilities. We all have very strong intuition, in my opinion. And I feel that some of us are are being called, especially more than ever right now, to start something, start a business of their own, start something of their own to help humanity. And remember, it's an energy exchange. You are helping humanity. There's so many things that we all can offer each other and exchange that. So it's beautiful. And yes, all my readings are right there on arcanashores.net. But I wanted to show you my specials that are going on for the holidays. I'm very excited. So I can't wait to see you guys. So anyways, let's get into it. Now we're going to talk a little bit about this Taurus full moon. And then we're going to get into the cryptos. And we're going to pull cards on that. But I do want to pull cards on this Taurus full moon that we're all feeling right now. A lot of you are kind of going through perspective shifts, I'm noticing, and a lot of it's in the astrology as well. So what resonates and what doesn't in your life? Who resonates and who doesn't in your life? Who brings you peace? What brings you peace? If you're doing something every day, a job, let's say, if it's not bringing you peace, it just frustrates you, keeps you, again, at an elevated, stagnant frequency, such as a lot of this political stuff that we always talk about all the time. It keeps us there at that one level, though. So just like a job can do that to you, it can drop you to a frequency and then you hover there and you're stagnant. You're not that thrilled to go and do this job. You're also not too miserable. You're just not thrilled. You're not loving it. There's no passion. When we're not doing our passion, you can't really expand. You're just going to stay stagnant. So I'm seeing that a lot in the personal readings. I'm seeing a lot of, like I said at the beginning, career transformations. People are changing and shifting because their perspectives are changing. They're seeing their lives in a different way and knowing, now they're getting this overwhelming knowing that it's within them to change. They can do this. They can get out of this. Again, it's like a matrix, right? We've all had an awakening, but now we're going through another awakening. Every awakening you have in your life is going to pull you out of somewhere you don't really belong anymore because we outgrow it. We shift. Perspective changes. Shifting, changing, it leads to a higher elevated place. You're leveling up. A lot of people are leveling up right now. So this Taurus full moon is doing that not only with jobs, careers, but it's doing that within relationships. We're seeing relationships either going to the next level or tanking, done, walking away from each other because they're finally accepting. There's going to be finally an understanding for both parties, especially as we get later into the week. The astrology is shifting. We also have Gemini coming into the moon, so the emotions. We're going to see that people are starting to change and starting to realize who around them resonates, friends, family. If they're not bringing you peace, harmony, they're just not, they don't make you feel at peace. If anything doesn't make you feel at peace, that means you're pretty much at the end rope there of completion with that situation, relationship, whatever it may be. So there's a huge turning point going on with both of those things, relationships and careers. But ultimately, it is spirit. It is in our path as we are in the age of Aquarius right now. Right now, what's happening, we're all kind of being shoved towards, in this turning point, towards our purpose, our mission, the greater work for humanity. It is pushing us in that direction and mindset to realize and have an awakening within ourselves to realize, okay, I know what I would like to do to help other people. I know, I would like to speak about this. I would like to teach something, or I would like to take a class and learn something I've always wanted to learn. So now we're being guided and kind of pushed. I mean, Taurus is a bull. Taurus means business. Also, the Tauruses I know, for definitely my mom, tells it like it is. So that's the energy right now, is like you're going to have these perspective changes, these inner awakenings about certain things in your life. It's going to be the truth. It's going to be straight up in your face, Taurus energy, spirit, telling it like it is, giving you the insight of what it truly is. So if you haven't had this experience yet this week or last week, because last week it was in effect as well, you will. You definitely will. Things are going to shift in a new direction, but it is for your highest good, and it's pulling you out of your own personal matrix. It really is doing that. It's taking us onto a greater path. So this Taurus full moon, again, I made a little note here. Endings and shifting you towards your purpose. What brings you peace is the question you need to ask yourself if you're struggling with trying to determine, well, what is it that needs to kind of shift or end? So what brings you peace? What is unsettling that needs to go, whatever it is? But what makes your body, mind, and spirit feel that peace? Like, do you come home to chaos? There's something in your home that needs to change. It's going to happen. So if it hasn't happened yet, it will. It will happen within you, and then you're going to have this momentum to make that change for yourself. So this Taurus full moon is very powerful. Not only that, this Taurus full moon sets us up. So whatever's happening now, you're going to see a massive transformation within the next 6 months. 6 months from right now, we're going to ultimately see a major shift within ourselves. And then we're going to look back and remember that, wow, I came from this place over here back in November, and here I am. And wow, I can see the major transformation. And when I was doing your 6-month readings, personal readings, when you guys were coming to me in the express readings, you can request 6 months out and to see what is the energy for the next 6 months. So you can ask that. And a lot of you were getting a lot of this energy of transforming over those 6 months, entering out of old cycles and into a whole new, like jumping into a new timeline. So it's quite beautiful. I love seeing that. But also, so I want to ask this question, speaking of the 6 months, and I'm going to pull up the cards on the screen. But we're going to ask this question. So Taurus full moon, fateful for the next 6 months. What does Spirit want to share about the transformation we will see in the collective? So what is the information Spirit wants to share that we will see within the collective? Let's see what we get. Wow. So that's Aries energy. That's also new beginnings. Okay, so I'm going to put it over here. So new beginnings, I think Aries energy, they take action. They jump into it. They're like, I'm going to do this. Taking a leap of faith. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. Let's just roll with it. So that's what I'm kind of getting, that roll with it attitude. So whatever it is that you're sensing, feeling, maybe this show, what I'm talking about tonight, is sparking something within you. And you're like, yes, like, I feel like I really need to jump on that and get going and get started. Like, yeah, you should. That Spirit is definitely nudging you to get going here. Let's see what else. 5 of Wands. Okay. We do have the Devil card, but it's Capricorn, okay? So Capricorn energy, and that's December, coming up in December. We do have the 5 of Wands. But what I feel here, and I am Capricorn, so for those of you that don't know that. But Capricorns, okay, so there's an energy with the Capricorn that, yes, they're go-getters, but they'll jump into things that seem scary to a lot of other people. So there's a level of bravery there. So there may be something that you're conflicted about because you don't feel brave enough. You feel defeated. You might feel, maybe there's someone, and that could be the devil symbolism there too. Maybe there's someone in your life that put you down about something, and it has always hurt your confidence about this area or subject or whatever it is that you want to do. So you might be letting the past influence what you think about yourself. So pay attention to what you're thinking about yourself, what you're telling yourself. Is it from the past? Is it someone in the past that made you feel bad? And that also could be with inner demons. It could be just you with a negative opinion about yourself. But getting back to the positive message here is about bravery. So yeah, let's say someone said you couldn't do something back in the day, but now you want to go back to it and you want to try it and you want to just go for it. You want to use this Aries energy. So maybe that happened to you, but this is definitely for you, anyone who resonates with that. This is definitely for you, that you need to jump in and be brave and just try it. And when we are uncomfortable with something, and we go with it anyway, that's growth. Whether you fail or whether you succeed, it is growth, because either if you fail, well, it's a great lesson. If you succeed, it's a victory. It boosts everything within you to push forward even more. But I honestly feel when there's failure, and yes, I have failed many times, but it makes you want to get back up again. You are not done. It makes you want to fight the fight even more. So whoever needs to hear that, don't be afraid of failure. Look to success. Have your mindset, your intentions on success, but also know in your heart that jumping into something, being brave about it, regardless of what other people have said about you or told you, you can do it. And then there's the Two of Cups coming through. We also have my card of Ascension and the Ace of Wands, following your intuition, focusing on, I'm hearing focus on the prize. That's what someone, Spirit's telling me, focus on the prize. Yeah, focus on the light at the end, right? What your intention outcome is. Your outcome is to succeed. Failure is always, possible, but we're not really going to look at that. We are going to look ahead. We're going to look towards the light. We're going to succeed at whatever this is that we want to do. So collectively over the 6 months, that's the question. What will we see with the transformation of humanity, the collective? It looks to me like they're going to become stronger and braver, and they're actually going to start taking action for themselves. And I think that has a lot to do with that they're tired of waiting for like savior to come. They're tired of waiting for, maybe a windfall of abundance to just tap into them, right? They're going after it. This is humanity taking action and saying, you know what? I'm the change. I'm sick of waiting around. I'm sick of talking about it and going circles and staying so stagnant. I'm ready to take charge, and I'm going to take action. I'm going to do this for myself. So it looks to me like the major transformation over the next 6 months is about humanity taking charge, going after what they want. But when that happens, and there we're going with the Two of Cups for a second because I didn't really address that. But when that happens, we attract like-minded individuals. You attract your soul family. Like-minded people come towards you. They're attracted to you, vice versa. You're going to find your soul family when you do that. When you choose yourself and go after what you truly want, you're going to attract your soul family or your loved ones or a romantic partner, whoever it may be. Whoever is meant to be in your life, you're going to attract. And I have to address it as I feel it, and I wanted to address it earlier, but I didn't have the chance. But Spirit definitely is nudging me once again that to remind a lot of us that there are so many individuals out there that will just never break out of the bubble of listening to the news. They're never going to break the bubble of believing what they've always believed prior to 2020. They're always going to be in that mindset. It's a brain numbing. And, the mandatory thing, so many of those boosters, I fully do believe, numb part of the brain. And if they're not detoxing or helping their brain recover their DNA and so on, I do feel that they're going to be pretty much within their own group, like they're going to kind of stick together. Like I was saying, it's going to be magnetic. We're going to attract like-minded people. When you elevate and level up yourself in your life because you took action, you weren't just waiting around for something to come to you, you're going to attract people just like that, the go-getters, those that have fully evolved and that want to continue to evolve and climb. But those that are not, and the ones that get mad at us and say, no, I don't believe anything about Trump, and they hate him. They have Trump derangement syndrome. These are just examples, but it's true. Those that are in that bubble are never going to leave that bubble. So I know we have loved ones that are in the bubble like that, the TDS, but we have to move forward. We have to keep climbing that mountain because they're going to stay at the bottom because that's where they're comfortable. That's where they want to be. So we have to remember that. Don't let anyone hold you back or keep you stagnant from growing, no matter what it is you want to, no matter what it might be that you want to do. And also that could be for podcasters, too. I mean, we're all doing our thing. We have our own styles, each and every one of us. There's so many that I love that I can't watch because I don't have time, but I know they're out there doing the work. They're doing the light work, helping people. And I know they're amazing people, but there's also this other group out there that's trying to dumb down the people and suppress them still. So we want to stay away from those bubbles and recognize who they are, what it is, and unsubscribe and take them out. Don't have them in your feed. But I mean, that's a whole other thing. That's about discernment. But I think we're past that. I really do. I think a lot of us, especially here, because these cards are for like those of us that are here or watching later. I feel like we're past that. We're about leveling up. We're tired of waiting around. We're going to take action on our own. And that's what this is about. And it's going to lead to attracting the right people in your life. But hey, that's the message for the Taurus full moon for the next 6 months, what to expect, because it's very fateful. The things going on for you right now playing out for the next 6 months. Hey, before I go, I do want to check on the cryptos. So we're going to clean up the table here. So currently, we're going to check on XRP, gold and silver. I'm going to share screen. Let's take a look here. So I'm going to share screen with Kraken. And we're going to do this real quick because I know I'm running out of time. It's over an hour, I think, or close to it. But anyway, so this is what is happening right now with XRP. It's currently at, I'm refreshing it. It's currently at 234. So currently at 234, let's take a look at XRP. We are in the month of November now. What is the energy for the next week? Okay, so November 5th to November 12th, the overall energy for XRP. We have the Knight of Wands. So we're going to see an increase, and then we have downward, and then elevated. So it's going to go up a bit more than what it is now, and then kind of balance out for XRP from the 5th to the 12th. Let's take a look at, I'm going to pick another one. A lot of you are asking me about Cardano. Let's just take a look at that. We have the Chariot. All right, so that's also going to rise, balance, and elevate, and then it's going to rise again. So a little up, down, up energy. Next, we're going to take a look at Doge. And for those of you that like to watch my morning shows, I'll still be doing crypto updates on the morning shows. Next morning show will be on Friday morning, giving this video some time to play for tomorrow. But Friday morning, I'll be back, and then again, Monday. But here we go. Let's take a look. I'm going to check on Doge. Let's check on Dogecoin. So as we check on Doge, and then we'll do gold and silver. Here we go for Doge. What can we see from the 5th to the 12th? 10 of Cups for Doge. So we see a rise for Doge as well. Pretty good energy, honestly. So Doge might be going up from now until the 12th. It actually is the strongest cards for Doge. Interesting. And if you guys have crypto requests, go ahead, leave them down below. You're more than welcome. It'll remain a segment, I should say, on these shows coming up for crypto. Gold and silver. We'll do a spread for gold and separate for silver. Justice for gold and the Aries New Beginnings card. So it looks like gold's going to hit another high. Silver, 8 of Cups, Empress, the Taurus energy, the abundant Empress. Very strong, strongest cards were for silver tonight. All right, so going up, silver, gold also going up for the next week. So for those of you that are invested in them, congrats, because it's going to continue to go up. And I feel like silver is going to hit still close to 100 by the end of the year. I really do believe that. It's exciting. And for those of you that like the cryptos, those, I think they're going to continue to fluctuate. But I do believe we're gonna see some good profits for sure coming in for those of you that are into. But once again, for those of you that would like to schedule a personal reading, I do have immediate openings. As I said, I continuously am opening up my schedule, and I have a lot of great things to offer. The tarot or crystal ball you can request. Now I'm offering 30-minute readings as well. Discounts, again, if you guys want discounts, you have to go to my website to get the link to get the discount price. Once again, Facebook, Instagram, you guys probably saw my ad for holiday specials, so check it out. Also, palm readings are included if you're interested. All of it's there. It's so exciting. I'm just so thrilled. I love the holiday season, so it's always a big deal to me. I'm always making it fun. Love it. But hey, thank you guys so much for joining me this evening, this Wednesday evening. I'll see you guys Friday morning, and then I'll be back Monday morning as well. But thank you all so very much, and I'll see you then. Bye.